Hi everyone, my name is Lisa Bassini. I'm the owner of The Baking Coach, and today we are going to make some pretzels. Our soft batch pretzels are absolutely delicious, and we're gonna just make a classic pretzel twist today, which is gonna be a lot of fun. So let's get started with the dough. Pretzels are, once again, simple ingredients, not complicated. But you do need to have on hand some flour, sugar, yeast, salt, water, and baking soda. 6 ingredients, okay? So let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to put into this bowl 1.5 cups of warm water. The water, when you stick your finger in it, you should be like, ooh, this water's nice. If you get that sensation, then your water's in the right place. Probably about 105 degrees. We're going to add in the water. Then let us add to that a 1/2 cup of sugar. Yes, there is a lot of sugar in homemade pretzels, but that's what makes them so delicious and so soft. Okay, so I'm infamously using a craft stick to stir things. So you want to give that a tiny little stir just to get the water sweetened with the sugar. Mix that up. And the next thing I'm going to add into here is 2 teaspoons of yeast. This is dry instant yeast. And mix that in there. Now this needs to sit about 5 minutes before we could use it. So I have a bowl already sitting. Let me go grab it. Oh! Alexa, be quiet. I didn't know where Alexa came from. Anyway, okay, I'll be right back. And here I have a bowl that was sitting a bit longer. And as you can see, the yeast is kind of bubbling up in the bowl. That means it's activated, it's alive, it's eating the sugar, it's getting bigger and stronger. Just like we do when we eat, we get bigger and stronger. At my age, the bigger part you could live without, just the stronger part. But anyway, that's a whole other show. So now what I'm going to add to this is 4 cups of all-purpose flour. You can mix this up if you want. You could add a cup of bread flour and 3 cups of all-purpose. You could use 2 cups of bread flour and 2 cups of all-purpose. A good blend of both is awesome. Or you can use all-purpose, or you could use all bread, whatever you got. Use whatever you have. Okay, so that's 4 if I didn't miscount, and anything could happen. And then we're going to add in 2 teaspoons of salt. I know, it's a lot of salt when you think about it, but not adding up, not competing with 1/2 cup of sugar. Okay, I'm going to grab a glove because it's easier for me to work with, less hand washing. Although hand washing is a good thing, it's just not a good thing when you're taping a show, because stopping to hand wash makes for a very boring show. So now I'm going to mix this up. I'm going to start it with my craft stick. So you don't have a craft stick, that is totally okay. You can use a spatula, a fork, a spoon, whatever you got. Now I've stirred this a little bit with my craft stick, and it's now become a bit ineffective, meaning that the craft stick's really not working very much anymore. So now I'm going to use one hand. I like to mix doughs with one hand. I find having the other hand to hold the bowl to be very comfortable for me. It kind of makes me mix a little slower so my ingredients stay in the bowl. I find when I have both my hands in the bowl, things just start flying everywhere. So I like to mix with just one hand. Also, if you notice my positioning, my abdomen is completely against this counter. And I always say to my students, tummy against the table, because that really helps keep things from not hitting the floor. See? Dough's flying already. All right. Almost there. Want to knead this dough until it's smooth. You can take it out and do it on a surface, but then that's just going to make a mess. So I just knead my dough in the bowl. And once the dough is kneaded till it's smooth, which I'm almost there. I would probably go a little longer if I wasn't filming myself. But your dough is still going to be sticky. You hear this? The dough is sticky. It should not be dry, but your hands should come away from it clean, okay? If you keep mixing this dough, the sugar will continue to break down and it'll just make it sticky. So once it's mixed and it's not sticking to your hands anymore, stop. If you keep mixing it, it will start to stick again. So once it stops sticking, just stop. Then you're gonna take a little extra flour, put it on top. It's always good to have some extra flour hanging around with this recipe. And you want to coat it to toss it with the dough. Nicey nice. You're going to wrap this, put a piece of plastic wrap over it and a towel and let it sit. If you don't have plastic wrap and you just have the towel, just dampen the towel so it adds a little bit of moisture so the dough doesn't dry out. Now, the dough will sit to rise about a half hour to 45 minutes until it doubles in size. I made one before. I've already taken a piece out of it so I could bake off a pretzel for you guys. Once again, the dough will be sticky again after it sits. Not crazy sticky, but sticky enough that it's stuck to my hands. Take this out, this over there. Now, take this dough off of my hands. See how sticky it is again? I'm gonna put a little flour down. Just wanna coat it in some flour. Now it's time to stretch the dough. Now pretzel dough, you wanna stretch and pull the dough into a long rope. Whichever way you can get there, go ahead and get there. If it starts to stick, add a little more flour. It's good to actually flour up your hands. I think I need to lose the glove now. It's annoying me. Give me 1 second. So I'm just stretching and pulling this dough into a bit of a rope. The bigger the rope, the bigger the pretzel. And sometimes I just pull it and shake it a little. I'm pulling and stretching, pulling and stretching. See how long that is right now? Pulling and stretching. Okay. All right. Oh, I wanted to do something and I forgot. Okay, but I will in a second. Okay, here's my dough. It's about, I don't know, 2 feet long, I would think. Somewhere around there. And it shrinks back a little bit. Now I'm going to show you the pretzel shape. So you're going to make a U. There you go. Okay, a U. Then from a U, you're going to take the ends and you're going to twist it. Just like that. Then you're going to loop it. You're going to take this piece here and you're going to pull it over. And there you have a pretzel. Okay, I'll be right back. I forgot to grab something. Here we go. Got 2 cups of water. Two cups of water into the bowl. And 2 tablespoons, and they could be a little heaping, of baking soda. People think of baking soda as something that they use to bake with, hence the name, baking soda. But did you know that baking soda, it is an ingredient that helps baked goods rise? but it also helps baked goods brown. And that's what baking soda does to these pretzels. Pretzels would not brown without the help of baking soda, but it needs so much help that it browns. You must dip it in baking soda. So this is 2 cups of water and 2 tablespoons of baking soda. So I'm going to grab my sheet pan now. But here's the other thing about baking soda. It makes, right there, watch it go flying. I'll put it right up here. It makes it stick to the pan. So you need to dip your pretzels in the baking soda, but what you want to do is you want to generously grease your pan. I mean, give it a good greasy. You hear that? I am just spraying cooking spray like crazy. Then, when you dip your pretzel into the bowl, put it down, pick it up, and this should be warm water, okay? Gonna dip it. I want to get off as much water as possible and then lay it into the pan, just like that, okay? This will go in a 450-degree oven for approximately 12 minutes. After that 12 minutes is up, your pretzel will look like this. Ooh. Still hot. Here you go. And there, whoops, upside down. And there you have your pretzel. So with this pretzel, you can melt butter, brush it on top, sprinkle a little bit of kosher salt, or you can brush some butter, sprinkle a little garlic powder, or you can put garlic salt, or even better, cinnamon sugar, lum, yum, yum, lum. I think it's a new word now. So anyway, some sugar, cinnamon sugar if you want a cinnamon sugary pretzel. But anyway, this is our pretzel today, folks. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Lisa Bassini. I'm the baking coach. To find out more information on the baking coach, simply log on to bakingcoach.com. Have a great day.